gentlemen, hello and welcome back to Factorio. My name, of course, is Potato. Today, we're going to be doing a couple of things, actually. We're just going to be having a good old look at the factory. Oh my goodness, look at all of these dudes going. It's pretty nice. Anyway, no, as I was saying, I think we've really just got to pause for a moment and just take this opportunity to say we have come a long way. We've still got a long way to go, but we've come a long way, and I am immensely proud of how far we have come, as emotional as it may sound. Anyway, this is an issue that I've been avoiding for quite a while, actually. Let's get rid of these, please. Yeah, we need to get rid of those. So hopefully we'll get some construction robots down here. Indeed we are. If we have any construction robots on us, we could also place them down. Indeed, we do not. My name's Potato, by the way. Did I mention that? I think I did. I'm not entirely convinced that I did do that. Why did I pick up those inserters? Those inserters seem to be well placed, like I'd already planned that. Yeah, like, this should work. Okay, so why was it not working? I think it should have been working, yeah. Yeah, that's great. Seems to be working for the most part. Rare earth magnets could potentially be a little bit of an issue. Yeah, as we're seeing, we've not... Oh my goodness, lordy, look at that. That's beautiful. That's darn beautiful right there. Ah, okay, wait, we've got a power issue. We've got literally like half the network was clearly connected on this pylon, so that's why we've got a power issue. All right, a big electric pole, please. Right there. That's fantastic. That's exactly what we need. That should mean that our production of resources is back online, which is sweet. Very, very good indeed. 2 objects are missing construction robots. What 2 objects? I don't know. Like, we just need to continue emptying these chests if that's possible, please, guys. Should be possible. I'm sure they'll get on it right away. All right, is this actually? Yeah, we need to find a way to manufacture ion conduits. Okay, ion conduits. That's what we need. That's what we need for the next stage of research. For example, if we were to research replication 4, we would need some ion conduits. So how the hell do we do that? And can we do it at all? Yes, it looks indeed like we can. We need some rare earth magnets and we need some superconductors. So, I guess one way to do it is just using this single factory. I mean, obviously it's not the ideal approach, but at the same time, it's the least work and it sort of messes with the process a little bit less. And what I mean by that is that we're not going to have to go around building a lot more brand new infrastructure, you know? We just, add a factory and whatnot, and everybody's happy. I guess we put this here. Yeah, something like that's good enough. And that can go there. And then this can go here. And then, theoretically, we could just add it to this belt. But at the same time, I don't really want to do that. So what I think we're going to do is we're going to have that there. This is going to go like that, and then we will have a belt that is normal speed. Normal speed belt is a-okay for the purposes that we need it for, and this belt is going to go down this way. And now what we need to do is add on a long-armed inserter to each of these areas, and that should sort us quite comfortably out. All right, that goes there, and then we place. In fact, we don't even need to place that pole back. Phenomenal. Great, so we should have ion conduits. And what's nice is that... Oh, why on earth are... Yeah, that should be going down there. No, as I was saying, ion conduits should be made at the same pace as superconductors. And by that I mean, we're going to have one of these made and it will go into here. And then another one will be shipped over there. And then another one back into here. And so it's going to be a much more consistent process, and it's a process that we can just leave alone, Obviously, the fact that we're mining up rare earth is at such a slow pace is really not what we want. So we're gonna have to try and find a way to rectify that. Now, there's two ways that I can see that we can fix this. In fact, there's three ways. One of the ways is bumping up the drills. We could just say, okay, yep, we're going to replace them all with these bad boys, the electric mining drills Mark II. And that is definitely an option. However, if we wanted to do that, then we would need to start mass producing these electric mining drills. We've already got electric mining drills Mark I that are being made over here. Yeah, over there. And if we wanted to do that, then that would be a significant amount of work, but it's definitely within our possibility. Definitely within our possibility? Definitely within reach. Easy, easy. Or another option that we haven't even really considered is building some efficiency modules or some productivity modules or whatnot. And you know, that's all in this research. It's quite difficult. There's no mincing words about it. It is quite challenging. But I think it might be worth it, you know? It might be worth it if we could eke some value out of that. I don't know. It's just a suggestion. Anyway, I feel like it's time to do some good old research, please. 2 times coal processing. Nah, I'm not a huge fan, not gonna lie. A green beacon. Using ion conduits to reduce pollution. That interests me, but not really. Replication, that's something that we could easily do. Replicating pipe. You know what, we might as well replicate pipe. I mean, we've got plenty of rare earth on the belt over here. Sorry, let me go back and show everybody what I'm talking about. It's bad manners to talk about something that is off screen. So we've got a lot of rare earth on this belt, which is what I mean. So this area will feed these machines, and these machines are the ones that need rare earth and some rare earth magnets, and they're fed by magnets from the behind. And so this machine is going to be making magnets, and I think it should all be fine. That's what I mean to say. It should all be fine. And replication of pipes is coming along at a very, very nice pace. Anyway, let's try and address the issues that we've been having. Obviously, we've still got massive copper issues, and I really don't like how we've still got massive copper issues. But alas, there is frightfully little I can actually do about it. Okay, we're still cleaning up these rare earth magnets. You know what? That's fine. That's fine, actually. That's not an issue. I feel, in fact, actually no. Let's go and fix this issue right now. Let's get a requester chest out, and let's request rare earth magnets over in this area. Oh my goodness, I feel like I've been running up and down the factory for half the bloody episode. I suppose I probably have. Get off the belt there. Alright, let's get a requester chest out. Oh, there's only 2 left. Okay, and let's get you to request rare earth magnets. 50 rare earth magnets. You know what? No, let's go for like 300 rare earth magnets at once. And we want a fast close inserter, I think. I think that's pretty much what we require. Fast close inserter. I knew it was there somewhere. Alright, we've expended everything we've got. And we finished replication of pipes. How fantastic is that? That is awesome. We've got the replication of pipes now. How fantastic is that? This is something that we could go after. Although electronic circuits fail to really be a thing in this version of the game anyway. Equalizer chests, we've looked at that before. Not a huge fan. Advanced tree farming, I really want to do that, but perhaps not now. Advanced electronics. Oh, CPUs. That looks interesting. Clean power infrastructure. I would love to, but alas, I cannot. Upgraded pumps. All of this stuff looks so epic. Ardite processing. Oh. Oh, mining power 15. What's the current mining power on this? Mining power 5. Let's research some ardite processing. That looks like it's wholly unimportant. But hey ho. Also, where the hell is all of our copper gone? Like, we had a massive copper operation going on, and now we've only got like one bloody side of it? What the hell happened? Yeah, where's... Oh, goodness sake. This is a really bad system. We really need to work on this. In all seriousness, we really need to work on this. I'm sure I'd fixed it. I guess perhaps we just need to slow it down a little bit more. Yeah, I guess, maybe. What about if we just blanket plain belt? Will that actually fix anything? Because currently I'm not convinced that this system is working, and when it's not working, it's very, very detrimental to literally everything. Alright, let's get some steel chests down. Whoa, that was close, that was close. And basically anything that gets past this point is just gone. Just gone. So let's just abandon it, abandon all hope, and hope that we continue to get a large amount of copper that comes through. At the same time, I want copper to be going at a fast pace, so that it can be, you know, fully utilized. You know what? That's got to do. That's got to do. We've got to run the risk of having a little bit of a copper shortage, because we're gonna have a bunch of stuff that goes in here. So yeah, all right, let's try that. Let's also try something else. I'm interested in experimenting, so there's no harm in trying. All right, that goes there, and then this goes here, and then this goes like this. All right, will that work a little bit better to ensure that we have a saturated belt? I think it might, actually. Fingers crossed it does. I think that is probably the optimal way to deal with this. But anyway, we've got specific things in place now. It's obviously a very, very non-permanent solution, but it is going to mean that we actually get a consistent amount of copper, which is really essential. Like, it's really very, very essential that we get a consistent amount of copper. And I know I've been fiddling around with copper a lot over the past couple of days now. Why is this not producing at full speed? Why are you not coming along? If we upgraded all of you guys, would you produce at a little bit faster speed? Because I would like it if you did that. Yeah, you seem to be fine. You don't seem to be running out of any resources or anything. I mean, everything seems to be on the belt. Everything that is required is here. It's just production. And if we could just bump up your production just a touch, then I feel that would be fantastic. Which is great, because it's a pretty easy way to deal with our problems by just upgrading these machines. As far as I'm concerned, massive win, massive win. All right, and all right. Great. So we should be producing these circuit boards a heck of a lot faster now, which is kind of lovely, actually. And we should see more consistent electronic circuits, these bad boys, electronic circuit boards, being output. Alright, so you know what? Just, you know, small steps. Small steps, that's what it takes. Also, our copper problems, while they are frequent and annoying, our copper problems should be somewhat solved a little bit by the fact that... Well, let's upgrade these. Let's upgrade those bad boys. See if that makes any shred of difference. Maybe upgrade this belt as well. And that belt. See if that changes anything. I mean, it might not. It really might not, but it's always worth trying just to see if we can eke just a little bit more productivity out of this, or just a little bit more throughput out of this process, which is indeed what I am hoping for. Yeah, copper is really the limiting factor, which is really rather annoying. Ardite processing, great. Great. Alright. So that's looking shaky at best, in all honesty, but it's alright. It's alright. It could be a heck of a lot worse. We've got those dudes that are continually just gonna take that journey forever and ever now to make sure that that chest is full to the brim of magnets, which it never can be, but whatever. In fact, you know what? Let's introduce a bunch more. Let's introduce a bunch more construction robots into the mix. Let's be prepared for a crash. A crash might happen. It might very well happen. No, they're not going to be dispatched. It's charging up. Okay, if it charges up, will it dispatch? It might. You know what? Fuck it. Let's just take the robots out of here. Let's get rid of those poles again, because otherwise we'll have major issues. Alright, you all fly to the nearest thing. Alright, maybe I just made a horrendous mistake. Maybe I did. Oh, perhaps I did. Anyway, I hope those... I thought... Oh, actually, we did need logistics robots. That's what we needed. We didn't need construction robots. What am I talking about? Alright, let's go down here and introduce 100 new logistics robots into the system. That might aid in the movement of magnets. Alright, happy days. Wow, that's a lot of robots we got here. Substantial number of robots. I'm very proud. I'm proud of the amount of robots that we've got. That's right. You heard me. I'm proud. Anyway, if we're going to be looking at transforming these bad boys into... Where are they? Where are they? These bad boys. We are going to need a few more little things. Why have we got frames running down here? Why the hell have we got frames running down here? I really don't know. I really have no idea. But we've filled up, holy shitballs, we've filled up a lot of stuff. Alright, so I guess we actually need frames, so we're just going to use these frames here. We also need crude rotors and basic item exits. Well, let's be a little bit crafty about this. Let's go and get some more steel. Since steel is over here, we can actually just walk over there. Okay. Let's build... No, don't build that. Don't build that either. Don't build that either. Let's just, we can pick up some more circuits. And that will allow us to build some more of these bad boys. Alright, that's fine. Building 15 more of those. And now we need to look at the process of making a crude... What was it? A crude item? A basic item exit and a crude rotor. A blunt blade makes a crude rotor. Am I right? Yes, I am right. Alright, so basic item exits require rubber, wooden chest, iron plate. Alright, first things first, I guess. We probably try and make them over here. Easiest place to do it? Why not? The Lord has decreed that this shall be the place. I mean, why the heck not? Not a huge issue. Let's get rid of this underground belt. Let's replace it with extended underground belt. We've actually got a fair bit of stone right here, so that's going to be nice and easy to do. And we will extend the copper underground belt out under here. We will get the iron to split off again here. We will turn the iron down this way. Okay, pick that up there. Alright, and this bit is going to go underground again. So we're going to have two nice little new bits of underground belt. One regular underground belt and one extended bit of underground belt. Beautiful, 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 beautiful. And that can go to there. It doesn't really need to go for very long. Just pick that up and bring this down here. Okay, perfect. So, we've got, for the basic item exits, that's what we're making. We've got the iron. We need the wood. Okay, so a wooden chest is pretty simple. A wooden chest is literally just wood. So, we can do that. And then we're going to need the rubber. Okay, now rubber is something that I think I started setting up, but got got sidetracked a long time ago. Now I think our potential rubber area was down here, wasn't it? Yeah, well, whatever the case is. Yeah, no, look, we totally set up the rubber area right here. I knew we set it up. I knew we did. I knew we did. I knew we did. Alright, so once again, we're going to be using logistics robots to carry this rubber halfway across the bloody map. Let's just go and check on how the logistics robots are doing, keeping this chest filled with magnets. Holy shitballs, they're actually doing an amazing job. Wow. This is surprisingly efficient. I mean, obviously we did have to massively stockpile these magnets in the first place, and as such, it's not a sustainable process. But the robots are doing a pretty darn good job of keeping this fairly well topped up, if I'm honest. That's good. We've got a lot of conduits. We've got a lot of conduits. I think conduits are also something that we should be backlogging. So let's get a inserter out. And you know what? We can actually just stick them straight into that chest. There's nothing that is super valuable in this chest anyway. Just solar panels, which are actually really, really valuable. But whatever, you get the picture. Let's go back and let's organize that rubber thingamabobber. And let's also make sure that we've got a bunch of quantum replicators on us. We've got 4. We could probably make a few more if we could. We need a little bit more steel. That's easily doable. So yeah, basically quantum replicators are going to be the way in which we get the wood. In fact, no, they're not. No, they are not. Because we have got... I want to say that we've got an overabundance of wood, but we really don't, actually, do we? How did this happen? How did this happen? How did this happen? There we go. Okay, I'm fixed. I was going to say, we do have an overabundance of wood, but we really don't. We've just got enough. And enough is really a bit of an overstatement, really. I mean... wood takes time to grow, and it is not something that we've got in an overabundance. We've not got an overabundant supply of wood, if I'm honest, which is actually rather worrying. Yeah, I honestly thought we had a little bit more wood here, but apparently we don't. Yeah, no, I really thought we had more wood, and that is again another factor that is going to hinder electronic circuit production, because these guys are not going to be getting the phenolic board that they need. I mean, I'll top you up, and I'll top you up, if that's possible. It is indeed. But yeah, that means that they're not going to be getting the materials they need. Also, I'm going to stick all of these in there, because I'm never ever going to have a need for them in person. So it's not like we don't have any wood. It's just that we don't have enough wood, which is annoying, but I suppose it's got to happen eventually, and it's enough. I think it's enough. It's enough for now. It's not going to be enough in the future, but it's enough for now. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to end the episode there. We're actually going to get... I'm going to go ahead and straight away record the second one, because we need to make some serious progress, my amigos, and that is exactly what we're going to do. So hopefully you'll join me then. My name, of course, has been Old Potato. Tune in next time for some more Factorio, Operation Mega Factory, and I will see you then. Bye!